Well, hello there, time travelers, and welcome new time travelers. As always, if you're new to this channel and enjoy learning about history, not only from the US, but from around the world, one event at a time, then don't forget to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into it. Today we're going to start out in 1775, when George Washington officially assumed command of the Continental Army during the American Revolution, which was several weeks after he was appointed to the post. 1956 is when the U.S. House of Representatives voted to admit Kansas to statehood under the anti-slavery resolution known as Topeka Constitution, despite the opposition of the Senate and President Franklin Pierce. 1963 is when Samuel D. Champlain founded the city of Quebec, the first permanent European base in Canada. Following 3 days of intense fighting, casualties numbered more than 50,000, and the Battle of Gettysburg ended on this day in 1863 with a victory for the Union forces, and was seen as a turning point in the American Civil War. In 1944, planning for establishing a $10 trillion World Bank reconstruction, which would guarantee international loans, is called a sound contribution to post-war peace by Lord Cairns, chairman of the British delegation to the United Nations Monetary Parley. 1962 is when American actor Tom Cruise, who was one of Hollywood's most popular leading men, known for his clean-cut good looks and versatility, was born. I actually thought he was younger than that. Anyway, 7 years later, in 1969, just weeks after being fired from the rock band the Rolling Stones, British musician Brian Jones was found dead in his swimming pool. 2 years later, in 1971, American singer and songwriter Jim Morrison, who was a member of the psychedelic rock group The Doors, died at the age of 27 in Paris. The official cause of death was heart failure. They actually have a video, I want to say, of the 27 Club, of like people who died at the age of 27. Anyway, off topic. 1979 is when an Israeli commando squad led by Dan Shamroon launched a rescue of hostages held by airplane hijackers in Entebbe, Uganda. 1985 is when the comedy Back to the Future, directed by Robert Zemeckis and starring Michael J. Fox as Marty McFly, was released in American theaters. A huge hit, it was followed by several sequels. They actually had a newsreel about him playing on stage with, I forget what group, but him playing the guitar and Back to the Future actually inspired them. Again, off topic. 9 years after the turn of the century, in 2009, UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon meets with leaders of the military regime Myanmar, Burma, and Naypyidaw to seek the release of political prisoners and to encourage fairness in the election scheduled to take place in 2010. And finally, 2013 brought us, following massive demonstrations against his rule, Egyptian President Mohamed Morsi was removed from office by a military action. And with that, we return to 2024 and our current history. I'll see you all on the next one.